Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. On today's video, I would like to discuss the current market, how it's currently performing, and how it will be performing during the upcoming days. I'm just checking if the connection is all right for all of you guys. And if you can right now watch me and hear me, please do not forget to leave a comment down below so I know everything's all right, because right now I'm trying to check the connection and it's telling me it's not working yet. So it would be highly appreciated if you could give me a small comment down below. So let's get started on XRP. I can clearly see that it's working, and let's take a look at what we are seeing. So on XRP, for sure, what we have been creating are very nice higher lows, clearly. And just as I said previously, this ascending support zone is for sure a level you would like to keep in mind, and you would like to monitor very closely during the upcoming days, especially right now due to the fact that we have seen this major drop on XRP as well. So what is absolutely important right now to take into consideration, and why? So we have seen previously a lot of volume. If you're able to see the volume down below, you can clearly see that we saw major volume towards the upside. We saw a lot of accumulation of XRP, and right now we are clearly seeing a lot of sell-offs taking place. So this is for sure very important so far, because if we're going to see a continuation of this pattern, it could perhaps mean that we are going to see a breakdown below this ascending support zone. If we see a breakdown below this ascending support zone, I personally would be a little bit more pessimistic about the current market. Why is this? Because we will be creating for sure once more a lower high instead of a higher high as what we are currently seeing. So that would be actually quite bad for the overall price action. But still, how it's looking so far, it's actually looking absolutely marvelous, especially because if we take a look at XRP a little bit more closely, we can clearly see that we found support not on top of the ascending support area, but we found actually support on top of the 0.618 level at approximately $1.20. Why is this absolutely a crucial level to stay on top of? It's because as well we found resistance previously underneath this area, and as well if we go even further back, you can clearly see that we were rejected previously at this area as well. So I personally would like to see XRP holding strong on top of the 0.618, but I would like actually as well to discuss Bitcoin, to take a look at what we are currently seeing at the Bitcoin chart. So if we take a look at Bitcoin, we were clearly seeing this breakout taking place. Unfortunately, we have seen this major capitulation towards the downside. We have seen this major candle. It was quite a volatile move yesterday, so I am personally quite amazed that we are actually still holding strong on top of the $65,000 range. What is actually absolutely good to know, if we zoom out even more, is that we can clearly see that we are finding support on top of the previous all-time high on Bitcoin. So this is actually still looking very well to me, because we still are finding support on top of previous resistance, and that was as well our prior all-time high. So that does actually look very good on Bitcoin, that we are still able to hold strong on top of that $65,000 level. As well, what I would like to take into consideration over here is that we still have a major stronghold of support underneath if we see more downward momentum getting created on the Bitcoin chart. So that is for sure absolutely something I think is important so far. Why is this actually important to me? It's because we have seen multiple touch points on top of this ascending support area. We have seen 1, 2, 3 touch points on top of this ascending support. Therefore, this is a confirmed ascending support line, and as well a major level of support underneath us. If we enable the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame, you can clearly see that we are actually getting supported by the EMA ribbon currently on top of the 1 Fibonacci at $65,000. That is actually something I think personally is very good, especially because if we are able to hold strong on top of this range, I personally think that we will for sure see further continuation. And what is absolutely important to know is that we are actually still seeing higher lows getting created as well on Bitcoin. So far, it actually does look quite similar to well, it's not completely the same, but it does look similar to XRP. So that is something I wanted to discuss so far. As well, let's take a look at what we are seeing on the 4-hourly time frame on the moving averages. I enabled the 9-day moving average, but I would like to change this moving average towards the 200-day moving average. And what you can clearly see is that this ascending support area on Bitcoin, it's not just an ascending support, a regular one, but it's as well aligned, perfectly aligned, if I might say, with the 200-day moving average. So that is for sure something I think is absolutely important, because if we see this ascending support getting reached, we will not only be supported by this ascending support, but we will also be supported by the 200-day moving average on the 4-hourly time frame on Bitcoin. And therefore I'm quite convinced this ascending support is a major stronghold, and if we break down below this ascending support, we might perhaps face some difficulties. This being said, I would like to head towards the RSI. On the RSI, I would like to discuss what we are currently seeing on the 4-hourly time frame. So clearly we were inside of an uptrend on the RSI as well. We were creating higher highs, and as well I would like to take a look over here at what we are seeing on the comment section before discussing the RSI even further. I can see that Yusuf, welcome and thank you very much for joining this live stream. Can you analyze Matic? Yes, for sure I will analyze Matic for you. I will end this BTC analysis as well. I would like to take a look shortly at XRP, and afterwards I would like to see for sure Matic. Also, Snicker030, thank you very much for, well, joining this live stream. I really appreciate it. I absolutely appreciate your comment. I hope you are enjoying the content so far. And Alif, Bitcoin just bounced now. Yes, that is true. We are being able to find support on top of this range. Very, very good. So that is absolutely good to know that we are finding support on top of previous all-time highs. This being said, I would like to discuss the RSI. As I said previously, what you can clearly see is that we are not seeing any type of bullish or bearish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame. We are not seeing anything out of the ordinary. What I think is actually quite good to know is that we are right, well, on top the 50 range on the RSI. Therefore, if we see a continuation and more movement towards the upside, so an increase in price action, we still have plenty of space to see a breakout occur above the dotted line on the RSI. Therefore, if we see a continuation towards the upside right now, I personally think that we will for sure see major momentum perhaps getting created. But as well, if we see a breakdown occur further below the 0.6 below $65,000, I'm sorry, we will for sure have plenty of space as well to see a decline in price action taking place, but I personally think this is quite unlikely to occur. So this being said, I would like to also enable the MACD on the 4-hourly time frame, and I would like to head towards the 1-hourly time frame as well. On the MACD, you can clearly see that we are expecting a crossover perhaps taking place during the upcoming hours due to the fact that we are losing strength on the MACD. And if we head towards the 1-hourly time frame, you can clearly see that we did not see a crossover occur, and that we are clearly seeing more upward momentum getting started. If we head towards the 2-hourly time frame, we are actually seeing exactly the same occur, and therefore I am personally quite, well, how may I say this? I think it is absolutely likely that we are going to see a crossover occur once more on the 2-hourly time frame. Eventually, this will continue all the way towards we see a crossover occur on the 4-hourly time frame, and we will be seeing major momentum towards the upside. And fortunately, we do have a lot of space to still continue with this uptrend on Bitcoin due to the fact that we saw the RSI on the 50 range, and therefore we have still a lot of growth if we see more momentum towards the upside. As well, if we head towards the 1-hourly time frame and we enable the RSI, what I would like to show you is that we are clearly seeing this beautiful bullish divergence. And why is this the case? It's because we saw previously this over here, we were seeing a higher low on the chart, but we are clearly seeing at the same point in time, we are seeing this lower low on the RSI. So we were seeing a higher low getting created on the chart and a lower low getting created on the RSI. Therefore, this is a bullish divergence, and we are clearly right now seeing that the RSI is heading up once more, and we are finding a stronghold on top of previous all-time high. Therefore, I think it is absolutely likely that we are going to see further continuation. But what I would like to say as well to all of you watching right now, do not forget to give me a thumbs up if you're liking the content. And I really appreciate if you could subscribe as well to this channel. You will be supporting the channel by doing so, and you will be supporting cryptocurrency in general. So that would be highly appreciated. As well, I would like to discuss one more thing on the 1 hourly RSI. So if we take a look at the 1 hourly time RSI, what I think is absolutely important is that we are still inside of this downtrend. You can clearly see that we have been rejected already 3 times. And what is absolutely important so far is to be able to break out above it and see further continuation towards the upside. Once this occurs, we will for sure see even more momentum towards the upside, in my personal opinion, of course, and we will see this breakout occur on Bitcoin heading once more towards the upside. So this is for sure something you would like to keep into consideration right now. For the people who have never watched my live streams before, you are able to, well, place your questions, and I would highly appreciate that, because I would like to take a look at those cryptocurrencies as well. So XRP, let's get started on XRP, because I said previously that I wanted to look at XRP. What we are seeing right now on Bitcoin is that we are heading towards the upside once more. That is absolutely amazing so far. Why is this so important to me? It's because if we are seeing that major stronghold being found on Bitcoin, we will as well see this stronghold being found on XRP. I'm absolutely sure this will occur so far. But what I think is absolutely important as well is that if we see a continuation right now, we will see major movement towards the upside. So what are we seeing on XRP so far? Well, as I discussed previously, this ascending support is a major level of support below us. If we head towards the 4 hourly time frame and enable the 200-day moving average, you can clearly see that it's aligned as well over here. It's clearly aligned with the ascending support. It's a little bit further down, but still it is a major level of support below us. Therefore, I'm not very doubtful that we are going to find support if we see breakdowns occur. But right now, what I think is important is to look at where we perhaps might be heading towards if we see further growth towards the upside right now. This being said, let's take a look at the MACD on the 4 hourly time frame and as well the RSI. On the MACD, you can clearly see that we are not losing momentum yet, but I personally think that we will be losing momentum for sure during the upcoming minutes and hours, due to the fact that if we head towards the 1 hourly time frame, you can clearly see that we are seeing a continuation of the MACD. We are experiencing once more momentum towards the upside, and this could perhaps mean that we are going to experience a crossover on the 2 hourly time frame, and eventually this will lead to more upward momentum on all time frames, and eventually as well a crossover on the 4 hourly time frame of upward momentum. So this is absolutely crucial right now, that we are going to expect more momentum towards the upside getting created. This being said, I would like to head towards the RSI, and what I would like to take a look at is what we are seeing over here. So on the RSI, you could clearly see that we were forming on the 4 hourly time frame this higher high on XRP previously, and that we were creating a lower high on the RSI. So we were creating higher highs on the chart, lower high on the RSI. Therefore, we saw a bearish divergence, and we clearly saw on the chart that we experienced major momentum towards the downside afterwards. So that is absolutely good to know, that we actually already saw this downward momentum taking place, and that is something I think is absolutely good to know, because right now we could expect more momentum towards the upside, especially because we are not anymore above the dotted line on the upper part, and we are actually right on top of the 50 area or range, and that could perhaps mean that we still have major growth towards the upside coming, and that we actually have the chance to do so because we are able to head further up on the RSI, and that is this is actually telling us that we still have the chance to see major growth during the upcoming hours, especially once we see a crossover occur on the 4 hourly MACD. I personally think that we will be heading once more above the dotted line on the RSI, and that would be for sure amazing to see that major increase on XRP. So currently, what is something else that we would like to take a look at? For sure, the 1 hourly time frame on the RSI. Why is this so important? It's because we saw clearly over here we are in a downtrend. We saw this increase over here, but we are right now once more in this downtrend. We are as well here able to see major increase on the RSI before we are heading towards that overextended range above the dotted line. So that is absolutely good to know. And what else is actually good to know is that we were seeing also over here, well, almost a breakdown below the dotted line, and at that point in time we were clearly able to find support and a stronghold at approximately 0.618 Fibonacci at $1.20. So for the people who are right now willing to actually trade this scenario, because I personally think that we will expect major momentum towards the upside, I would actually say do not forget to place your stop loss or your entry. What I personally would do right now here on XRP is to place my entry at approximately $1.20. If you are not yet in this trade, a long trade position would be highly or will be a quite good decision right now, because we are seeing that currently on Bitcoin, that stronghold being found on top of previous all-time highs. And for sure right now over here we are seeing as well a stronghold being found at $1.20. Perhaps you're going to see a minor decline towards that level once more. Therefore, $1.20 is actually the range that I could perhaps take as an entry point, with my stop loss at the ascending support that I talked previously, or perhaps a little bit below it at $1.1587. And my take profit would be, well, it depends on how you think, how far we are heading towards, because we are not seeing any type of pattern getting created. Therefore, we are not seeing a clear breakout target getting reached. But what I personally think is actually quite likely to occur is that we are seeing an increase all the way towards the $1.29, being able to find support on top of it. But I personally think we will head even further, all the way towards the $1.41. And that is actually the target that I would advise you to use if you are right now willing to trade XRP. And if you would like to trade XRP and you do not have a platform yet, do not forget that down below in the description you can use the link on Bybit, and you can earn up to $3,500 deposit bonus by doing so. So that is highly appreciated if you could do it. And as well, you will be able to leverage trade all types of different cryptocurrencies. I personally use Bybit a lot, and I think it is one of the best leverage trading platforms. This being said, let's head towards Matic, because this was requested previously. What we are seeing in Matic right now, I haven't watched Matic for a while, so I would like to take a look on the 4-hourly time frame if my Fibonacci is well placed. Well, I would actually like to see it placed differently. Also, I would like to remove this ascending parallel channel, and I would like to select the swing low towards swing high. Yes, here it is. So 1 second, guys, I can't see the comments right now, so I would like to head towards the comment sections just for a small tad. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, well, here we are on the comment section. Bitcoin just bounced now. XRP, please. Mr. Bunny, thank you very much for watching. Acro, please. Acro USD, thank you. I always wait for your TA, even I follow some of. Nice to hear from you. Well, thank you very much. Raja Chatu, sorry for my pronunciation. I'm very bad at well, pronouncing names, but I highly appreciate you being here, and I hope you liked the content so far, so thank you. And if you did, do not forget to give me a thumbs up down below. Also, let's take a quick look. I'm sorry, I do have a second screen, so that's why I'm looking at that screen currently. I would like to discuss Matic right now, so let's take a quick look. On Matic, what we are seeing, well, I place this Fibonacci from swing low towards swing high. Currently, we are right underneath the 0.382 Fibonacci, and what I am personally seeing right now on Matic is something quite important. Why is this actually the case? It's because if you take a quick look at Matic, you can right away see that we have been creating this lower lows, and as well we have been seeing this lower highs getting created. So that is something I personally am concerned about right now. I'm not saying it's looking bad, but I'm saying we have been seeing this minor downtrend taking place during the past couple of days. So this is something for sure you would like to monitor closely so far on Matic. what I must agree on is that if we break out above the 0.382 and we are able to see further continuation towards the upside, we could perhaps expect major momentum towards the upside on Matic, and therefore this could perhaps be the right moment to accumulate even more Matic at good prices for the upcoming weeks. As well, let's place this descending resistance. So this descending resistance, unfortunately on the 4-hourly time frame, it's a descending resistance with just 2 touch points, so therefore this is not a confirmed descending resistance, but it has influence for sure. If we take a look, 2 touch points, this is not confirmed, but it will have influence right now. And if we take a look at the EMA ribbon, you can clearly see that the EMA ribbon right now is aligned with this descending resistance, and it's a level of resistance as well on top of us. Therefore, I think it is likely that we are going to experience some resistance right now, and we might perhaps not be able to break out above it if we do not see a major increase right now in price action. This being said, I would like to enable the MACD and as well the RSI to take a look at an even better realistic scenario. You can clearly see that on the 4-hourly MACD, we are clearly seeing something absolutely good. We are seeing a crossover heading towards our direction. We could perhaps expect this crossover taking place within 24 hours. For sure, this is something I think is quite important, because if we are seeing this crossover occur, we will perhaps have enough strength to break out above this descending resistance, but as well break out above the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame and find support on top of it and continue with movement towards the upside. This is for sure something I think perhaps might be possible on Matic, but what I would like to take as well into account is actually something else. Let's take a quick look at the RSI to take a look at how the RSI currently looks like. Well, we are right now quite far below on the RSI. You can clearly see that we are well near the dotted line on the lower part of the red area. Therefore, a further downward momentum is likely, but we might see a trend reversal occur once we break down below the dotted line, because we would like to re-enter the red area. Therefore, if we see right now a breakdown occur, it might be possible, but the RSI won't actually be having a lot of room to see this downtrend continue, and that is actually showing us that we are going to see a reversal taking place and as well as stronghold being found. So let's discuss that stronghold right now on the 4-hourly time frame to see where we will be finding support if we are going to see a further decline in price action. So if we are going to see a decline in price action on Matic, we are clearly seeing that previously we found a lot of resistance underneath this 0.5 area. So underneath the $1.61, Matic was quite a long time not able to break out above it, so we found a lot of resistance underneath it. Therefore, this is a major level of support, and what I personally think is that if we see a further decline, this area will be for sure a stronghold of support. And I think for the because we are seeing the RSI as well so low right now, it means that we will be able to actually find support of top of this range. Also, I'm also monitoring a few charts on my next screen next to me, and I'm clearly seeing that we are absolutely having some price action on Bitcoin that I would like to take a look at as well. But for Matic so far, for the people who are wondering, I think it is a great opportunity to purchase more. Perhaps if we head towards the $1.61 area, that is an even better opportunity to purchase more. But currently we could see momentum towards the upside, but I'm not completely sure if we will see enough momentum getting created to be able to break out above the EMA ribbon and not find resistance on top of us anymore. So that is quite important so far. If we head towards the 1-hourly time frame, I would like to discuss the MACD here as well. Well, we are clearly seeing a crossover almost occur on the 1-hourly time frame. This is actually more likely to occur than on the 4-hourly time frame. Therefore, if we see a crossover occur on the 1-hourly time frame, we could experience more momentum towards the downside, and that could perhaps be telling us that that $1.60 area will be reached sooner than expected. On the RSI, I would like to discuss that once more. On the 1 hourly time frame, what you can clearly see is that we are on the 50 range, so a further decline is actually likely. If we see a crossover occur right now, that $1.61 area will be for sure reached, and I think that is something you would like to take into consideration for sure. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed the Matic content right now. My personal opinion so far is that we are not actually going to be able to break out above this descending resistance and above the EMA ribbon, find support on top of it, and continue with our steady up pace. I think for Matic currently, it is more likely that we are going to head towards the $1.61 range, just because the overall market might see just a minor period of, well, I would like to call this accumulation. I personally think as well that Bitcoin will be holding strong where it currently is, and that we won't see major price action taking place right now, but perhaps I'm wrong, and please let me know if I am down below in the description, and if you do not agree with this theory. I would like to discuss Bitcoin once more because I'm seeing a little bit of price action taking place, but as well I would like to take a look at the comment section. What we are clearly seeing here is that Derek Plaza, as I was saying, XRP, well, I already discussed XRP during this live stream, Eric, so or Derek, sorry. So if you want me to discuss XRP, please just scroll back a few minutes and you will be able to see what I wanted to discuss about it. Just taking a minor look at Bitcoin, what we are seeing on Bitcoin is clearly that we saw a major growth right now, but I would actually like to take a look for sure at the MACD. We are seeing a continuation taking place, but we are right now currently seeing as well that downward momentum. So, well, I'm a little bit doubtful still on Bitcoin. If we are going to see a major breakout occur, it will be for sure very good for the overall trend, due to the fact that if we see a breakdown right now on Bitcoin, a breakout right now, not a breakdown, I'm sorry for that. If we see a breakout above the EMA ribbon, find support on top of it, we will see major continuation as well taking place. And I think that is absolutely good, because we do not want to see Bitcoin once more stay underneath the EMA ribbon for a while before being able to break out above it and see major growth afterwards. So personally right now, I would like to see a breakout or accumulation below the EMA ribbon to be able to accumulate for a while and see exponential growth afterwards. Currently Bitcoin on the 1 hourly time frame looking good. On the 4 hourly time frame, well, we are seeing right now that the momentum is declining in strength, and therefore I think that is actually quite good, because we are getting supported by the 4 hourly EMA ribbon on top of the previous all-time high, and that is something you do not want to well, take very lightly, because if we are breaking down below this, it might be perhaps quite difficult to break out above this range once more, and we could stay for quite a while in a downtrend, especially if we break down below this ascending support, but that is something that I think is not very likely to occur. So I saw as well in the comment section that let's take a quick look. Let's take a quick look. We were seeing Acro USDT. Let's take a look at Acro USDT. For the people who are wondering what is Acro, I would like to take a look at it for you, so you can take a look at the market cap, etc. So Acro, it's Acropolis. You can clearly see that it's a rank 421 token, and what I would like to discuss is as well that it has a market cap of 126 million. Therefore, it's, I personally think, quite a big market cap for a 421 position. As well, what you can see is that the circulating supply is 3.36 billion. That's quite a huge supply. And if we take a look at all data, you can see that we have seen major pumps, and we are currently, well, underneath a major previous level of resistance. I can clearly see that once here. So let's take a quick look on Acro at the charts. So Acro USDT. Here we are. So let's take a quick look at this chart and what we are currently seeing. So for sure, we are seeing Acro right now taking place over here. And what I would like to draw immediately is actually this Fibonacci retracement by selecting its swing low towards its swing high. So if we place it Fibonacci like this, we can clearly see what the levels of support and resistance are going to be. And we can clearly see right now that we are finding support on top of the 0.382. And if we take a look at this horizontal level of support and resistance, you can clearly see that we were rejected previously twice underneath this range, and as well we were rejected a third time before being able to break out above it, find support on top of it as well. Here we found support on top of it once more, and clearly we are finding support on top of this range once again, currently at approximately 0.03 cents. So this is good to know for me right now. Actually, I would like to take a look as well immediately at the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame. We have seen a breakdown occur. Right now, the EMA ribbon is a level of resistance above us. Therefore, I think it is quite likely that we are not able to break out immediately. But perhaps I'm wrong, and therefore I would like to take a look at the MACD. On the MACD, on the 4-hourly time frame, we are clearly losing momentum strength. A crossover might occur during the upcoming hours, and what I think is absolutely good to know is that we have seen major momentum towards the downside. Previously we saw a minor momentum towards the upside, and currently we have seen once more quite big momentum towards the downside. But what I've seen is that the last time we saw major momentum towards the downside, we did saw as well major momentum towards the upside getting started, especially at this point in time, and that is something we could perhaps expect once more on Acropolis. Therefore, I think the overall trend does look good if I just take a look at the MACD and the EMA ribbon. And what I would like to see once this crossover occurs is actually a breakout above the EMA ribbon, finding support on top of it and heading towards the upside, continuing with the movement as well. So that would be breaking out above the 0.236 Fibonacci at approximately 0.04 cents US dollar. This being said, I would like to take a look at the RSI as well. On the RSI, I can clearly see that we are actually completely in the lower section. Therefore, if we see a further decline in price action, it is quite likely that we are going to hold strong. So that is actually something very good to know. But if we see major continuation towards the upside and an increase in price action, we have still a lot of space to actually grow towards the upside and break out above the dotted line. Therefore, I personally think it is very likely that we are going to see actually further continuation during the upcoming hours, especially if we see as well further continuation on Bitcoin taking place. So that for sure is something very important to take into consideration. And what I would like to discuss right now is actually another cryptocurrency. So far, this is actually looking good. But lastly, I can clearly see once I'm here that we were finding support. Well, it's not a descending support zone, unfortunately, but what I can clearly see here is this descending resistance. So this descending resistance, we have seen multiple touch points, and what you would like to see right now on Acro is to see a breakout occur above this descending resistance and head towards the upside afterwards, confirming this trend reversal. Previously we were creating lower lows, and after that point in time, I think it is very likely that we will be continuing with a higher low structure. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the content about Acro. And if you would like to take me a look at another cryptocurrency, do not forget to place it down below. So your thought on VeChain by Yoshi Davino. Well, thank you very much for watching, Yoshi, and I really appreciate you being here. And let's take a quick look at what we are seeing on VeChain. So VeChain, absolutely a marvelous cryptocurrency. For all of you who are right now holding VeChain, do not forget to give me a comment down below. I highly appreciate all the VeChain holders, so do not forget to give me a comment. I really hope VeChain is something you are all holding right now, because I think this cryptocurrency has major potential, and so does Cardano as well. I'm a huge Cardano holder too, and I would like you to, well, not miss out on the major gains that we will be taking on VeChain and Cardano during the upcoming months. So VeChain, right now, what we are seeing, well, I would like to zoom in a little bit more closely to take a look if this is a confirmed ascending support, well, it is, I must say that it has been drawn like that. Yeah, well, clearly we are seeing this ascending support confirmed. Why is this so important? Because we have seen 1, 2, and a third touch point getting created. So this is for sure absolutely marvelous. We are seeing a confirmed support being found underneath us, and the support is being actually, well, confirmed as well, not just by this previous resistance that was not able to break out above the 0.5. So we are finding support on top of this ascending support. We are seeing support below us at the 0.5 range at 0.16 dollar cents, but as well we are seeing support being found on top of the EMA ribbon. So this is a major support zone, and for VeChain to be able to break down below such a major support, I think that would be devastating, and I don't think that is actually quite likely to occur. I personally think that we are for sure going to hold strong, and we are going to see further continuation on this current trend. So this being said, I would like to head as well towards the MACD and RSI to take a look at what we are seeing over here. So on VeChain, clearly we are seeing a breakout occur. For sure, I think we will see major continuation. Why is this the case? Because we are actually seeing, well, that we are losing momentum strength. It does depend as well a lot on Bitcoin, but personally, I think that if Bitcoin holds strong on top of previous all-time high at $65,000, we will for sure see a continuation of this increase in momentum towards the upside on VeChain, and as well momentum towards the upside getting created. So right now, currently on VeChain, this does absolutely look marvelous. This being said, I would like to take a look at the 1 hourly time frame as well. Over here, we are seeing a continuation of the momentum towards the upside. And what is absolutely important right now, if we take a look at the immediate short term, is to be able to break out above the 1 hourly EMA ribbon. And if we do actually break out above it, find support on top of it, I am sure we will see major continuation afterwards. And as well, on the 2 hourly time frame, a crossover occur. That would be overall for the trend very good. So that is something I personally would be monitoring very closely if you are right now, well, taking a look at VeChain and wanting to know if we are going to see a major increase taking place. As well, it will be very good for the overall trend if we hold strong on top of this range, because we do not want to see the EMA ribbon on the 2 hourly time frame as a level of resistance above us, and we would like the EMA ribbon on the 2 hourly time frame as a major stronghold of support, and that is currently how it's serving and what I personally think will actually occur during the upcoming hours. As well, let's take a quick look at the RSI on the 1 hourly and 4 hourly time frame. If we take a look at the RSI, well, over here the RSI does actually look good. We are unfortunately not seeing any type of bullish or bearish divergence, but what we are seeing immediately is this descending resistance. If we are able to break out above this area, I personally think it is likely that we are going to see an increase. And what is absolutely good to know is that if we see an increase, we still have enough of space to break out above the dotted line on the upper part, and therefore see major continuation on this trend. That is for sure important for me so far. Lastly, I would like to take a look at the RSI on the 4 hourly time frame. The RSI on the 4 hourly time frame, well, you can see something very similar occur, but what I think is absolutely important on the 4 hourly time frame is that we are actually seeing a bullish divergence taking place. So on the 1 hourly time frame, we were not seeing a bullish divergence, but on the 4 hourly time frame, we are clearly seeing a bullish divergence. Why is this the case? It's because we are seeing this higher lows getting created on the RSI. Sorry guys, we are seeing this higher lows getting created on the chart, but we are as well seeing this lower lows getting created on the RSI. Therefore, this is a confirmed bullish divergence, and this is absolutely telling me that if you are right now willing to place a trade that will be profitable and that you can actually, well, gain a lot on, I personally think entering a trade right now on VeChain is actually quite a good decision, because we are right now on top of this major stronghold of support. We are finding support on top of this major stronghold at approximately 0.16 dollar cents. We saw that it was previous resistance. We have a confirmed ascending support We still have as well the EMA ribbon as a support area, and we are seeing a bullish divergence. I'm sorry guys, but I do not have anything left to say. It's just looking marvelous for VeChain right now. And if you do agree, do not forget to give me a thumbs up, because I am just completely pumped about this development on VeChain. Thank you for the good TA. Thank you, Josh Davino. I really appreciate you being here. And also 50 € this year. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not sure how much that would be in dollars. I do not know the price targets in euros, but my personal price target is actually quite high for VeChain. Especially, I would like to discuss this just for a while for the people who are interested in VeChain. We saw this breakout occur above the descending resistance. As well, we saw a breakout occur above the 200-day moving average. So if you are not following me, here we saw a major descending resistance taking place. Actually, I could take a look at this on the daily time frame. Perhaps you might have a better look over here. We saw clearly this descending resistance, multiple touch points, 3 touch points. So this is a confirmed descending resistance. We broke out above it, but we also broke out above the 200-day moving average. This is absolutely important, and what I personally think is that a leg towards the upside, as we have seen previously occur on VeChain, is actually something we would like to take a look at as a possible scenario. I think this is absolutely outrageous if we would see a 600% increase. That is something I think is not actually likely to occur, but let's be a little bit more realistic. Unfortunately, before we do not have a lot of price action. So therefore, VeChain, I still think it's a young project, but I have no doubts that we will see a major increase, breaking its previous all-time high. And if I would like to say what my personal price target is for VeChain, when I will personally be cashing out 70% of my personal VeChain range, well, that would be for sure not at not at 1.618 Fibonacci, at $0.43. That is not my price target. Well, my price target is actually at $0.55. At that point in time, I will be actually taking 75% of my entire holdings, and afterwards I will be leaving the other 25% just to see where it could perhaps go. And when I am actually well pleased with the targets that it has hit, perhaps we are heading towards the 2.618 level at 67 US$. Well, I personally think that that would be my target to actually cash out everything I own on VeChain, perhaps leaving 10% behind, but that is of course my personal strategy, and you have to do your own due diligence. But I personally think, yeah, for sure $55 is a target that I do have in mind. Perhaps that might be near the 50 euro cents, but it is near, but it's a little bit lower. Perhaps that might be approximately around 47 euro cents or 45. No, 47 I think is an accurate guess. Well, thank you very much guys for the people who are watching right now. I really appreciate you being here. And if you would like me to take a look at another cryptocurrency, do not forget that I would highly appreciate it. Otherwise, I would like to give you my personal opinion on Cardano right now, and why I personally think that it is absolutely good to hold Cardano right now, and why it's absolutely marvelous how the Cardano price action is looking right now. So people are right now doubtful about Cardano, especially because we saw this major candles towards the downside. I was actually quite amazed as well. I did enter my trade at this point in time when we saw this break. Oh, I did open my trade at this point in time when we saw a breakout occur above the descending resistance. So it was quite similar to VeChain actually. We had a descending resistance. We had the 200-day moving average. We broke out above it. And at that point in time, I entered my trade. Once we reached $2.36, I actually had my take profits there. As you can see, we actually reached that target exactly. I was a little bit worried at that point in time, but I'm glad I did not actually. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm a little bit allergic. I'm sorry you guys, I hope you do not mind. But you could clearly see reached the target perfectly. At that point in time I waited for a while, and right now I am currently well taking a look where I could enter the perfect trading opportunity for Cardano once more. And as you can see, I'm not worried at all due to the fact that we are seeing clearly a breakout retest of previous resistance as a level of support. So we are seeing a breakout retesting previous resistance as a level of support. So if we are able to hold strong on top of this range at approximately, let's take a quick look, $2.0496, that is for sure absolutely good, because we will absolutely see major increase afterwards, especially because we are holding strong on top of this range. If we see a major downward momentum, I would be very unpleased about it, because we will not be seeing major movement towards the upside. I think that would be quite bad for the overall Cardano trend, but currently it does look absolutely marvelous, and I do think we are actually heading towards the upper direction once more after this retest. And why I think so is because if we enable the MACD, I'm also going to check the comments just for a while. Well, yeah, if we enable the MACD, you can clearly see that we already experience momentum towards the downside. That is absolutely good to know, due to the fact that this momentum towards the downside, perhaps we are going to see a small momentum loss, and at that point in time, if we're going to see a momentum loss, we could expect a crossover getting created, and as well momentum towards the upside once more. So that is absolutely good to know. I personally will be entering my trade, as you can see on top of this yellow line. I personally think it is actually a realistic entry point. I'm not completely sure. Perhaps I will be well taking another type of target later on. Perhaps I'm going to place my entry a little bit higher, but currently I'm quite satisfied with this entry point at $4.47, at $2.04, sorry, at $2.04.47, because I think we will be reaching this area before heading towards the upside once more. So that is actually something I think is very likely to occur, and you can clearly see that on the 1 hourly time frame we are heading towards a crossover on the MACD, and therefore I think it is even more likely that we are going to see that $2.04 range getting reached. It would be very unfortunate if we broke down below this descending resistance, this descending support right now, because I think that will be absolutely bad for the overall trend. And I must say that lots of people agree with me, because we saw this major period of downward momentum, and actually this breakout means a lot for Cardano, and we would like to see this continuation of the breakout towards the upside to expect even more gains in the future. What you can clearly see over here is that we are seeing a bullish divergence. Therefore, I'm actually quite glad. Oh my god, I'm sorry guys, I'm not sure why that occurred, but therefore I'm quite glad. The overall trend looks actually very good, if you ask me. If we take a look at the RSI only, you can clearly see that we are creating a higher low on the chart, but we are as well creating a lower low on the RSI, and therefore this is a confirmed bullish divergence on the 1 hourly time frame. That does absolutely look good, and therefore I think this will be a stronghold where we are currently at approximately $2.08 on Cardano. If we head towards the 4 hourly time frame, what you can clearly see as well is that we are seeing the RSI very healthy, staying on top of the 50 range or underneath the 50 range. But what you can clearly see as well is that if we see a further decline, we will be creating as well on the 4 hourly time frame a bullish divergence for Cardano. So therefore I think it is likely that we're going to see a further decline occur, perhaps heading towards that $2.04 range where I am placing my entry. But once this occurs, we will be also creating a bullish divergence on Cardano, and that is something I think is absolutely good to know. So creating a lower low on the chart at that point in time, but as well a higher low still on the a lower low on the RSI, but still creating a higher low on the chart. So that is something I think is absolutely marvelous. If we enable the EMA ribbon, clearly we are getting supported on the 4-hourly time frame. So if we actually see a breakdown heading towards a $2.04 range, I'm not very concerned, because this was a major level of previous resistance. As you can see previously, resistance, we found support on top of it, we had resistance underneath. So I think this is quite a stronghold for Cardano, and as well it will be a retest of this descending support. So therefore I'm actually quite glad if we could see Cardano reach this range and afterwards continue with the pace towards the upside, breaking perhaps above the 0.382 Fibonacci at $2.36. Well guys, and all of you watching, I really hope you are enjoying the content. If you do not forget to give me a thumbs up, it will be highly appreciated. If you would like me to take a look at a cryptocurrency of your own choice, do not forget to leave your comments right now, because otherwise I will be taking a look at one more cryptocurrency, and that would be Ethereum if you ask me, and afterwards I will be ending this live stream. So please let me know what your thoughts are right now and what you would like me to take a look at. Otherwise I will be taking a look at Ethereum. So on the daily time frame Cardano, we are seeing this movement towards the upside after quite a long period of descending resistance. What I think is absolutely important is that we do not want to see a crossover on the daily time frame, because if this occurs, I would be absolutely devastating for the uptrend that we were creating, the trend reversal that we were clearly seeing on Cardano, and therefore I am personally right now willing to say that Cardano will find a stronghold there. As I explained to you previously, I think that is very likely to occur, but what you do not want to see is once more a crossover on the daily MACD. Otherwise, you could expect even more momentum towards the downside, and I think that is absolutely something we do not want to see right now. So, this being said, I would like to head towards Ethereum due to the fact that no one has given me a cryptocurrency to look at. So, Ethereum, absolutely amazing. We are trading on all-time high. I must say I am absolutely pumped about my Ethereum holdings. Ethereum has been trading so absolutely outrageous during the past couple of weeks, absolutely or actually months. We started on the 21st of July. We have been in an uptrend ever since that point in time. We have only been able to go up and even further up, so that is absolutely marvelous to me. And if we take a look, this is on the daily time frame. I would like to discuss the EMA ribbon. You can clearly see that the EMA ribbon is supporting the uptrend of Ethereum at approximately 44,365 US dollar. If we see a minor correction right now taking place, I'm not actually very concerned due to the fact that we actually saw this major level of support underneath, due to the fact that it's aligned with previous resistance, and as well the EMA ribbon is serving as a level of support at that point exactly. And what you can see is that our previous all-time high is as well the exact location of the $4,365. Therefore, if we see that downtrend continue, we will actually find a stronghold on top, because we will be finding support on top of previous all-time highs. So that is absolutely good to know. As well, if we take a look at the RSI on the 4-hourly time frame, that is something I would like to discuss absolutely. On the 4-hourly time frame, the RSI, let's take a quick look, does actually look very good to me. We have been creating higher highs on the RSI. Yeah, we have been seeing higher highs clearly on the RSI. You can clearly see this, higher highs getting created, but as well higher highs getting created on the chart. So that is absolutely nothing out of the ordinary. What I must agree is that we are not seeing any type of bullish or bearish divergences, so that does actually look very good. And what is actually, for me personally, very interesting is that we are on top of the 50 range. So if we see actually a breakout or breakdown occur on Ethereum, I personally think that there is plenty of space to see a further continuation towards the downside, and as well plenty of space if we see a further continuation towards the upside. Therefore, Right now, currently, I think if we are going to expect a move on Ethereum, it will be a little bit bigger move than we could expect, because we are seeing the RSI having plenty of space to go either towards the upside or towards the downside. This being said, I would like to take a look at the MACD on the 4-hourly time frame, and lastly, I would take a look at the daily, the 1-hourly time frame, and see if we are spotting any type of patterns. You can clearly see on the MACD that we are losing momentum strength. That is absolutely looking marvelous to me, due to the fact that if we are going to see a crossover here, we could expect major momentum towards the upside. Why? That is what I explained to you previously. We are as well seeing major potential of growth on the RSI, and what I personally think is that is high likely to occur. So therefore, Ethereum does actually look absolutely great to me. If we head towards the 1-hourly time frame, what you can clearly see is that we are losing a little bit of momentum strength, but we still have plenty of movement towards the upside. Therefore, if we see a crossover occur here, I am not very concerned about the momentum towards the downside that we are going to see. Perhaps I'm wrong, but if we see more momentum towards the downside, as I said previously, the $4,365 is a major stronghold on the 4-hourly time frame and as well on the daily time frame, and therefore I think we do not have to be doubtful that we are actually going to see a major level of stronghold of support being found at that point in time. Well, this being said, I would like to take a look at the chart a little bit more closely and see if we are seeing any type of pattern getting created. So you can clearly see we are not actually seeing a pattern getting created. I am not seeing a symmetrical, any type of triangle or head and shoulders pattern. Perhaps you might say a diamond pattern is possible right here, but I don't think that one is either a possibility. Therefore, I would like to discuss lastly what I'm clearly seeing on the 1-hourly time frame, and that is that we are here. Well, I would like to draw it like this. I think this is still a valid pattern, especially on the 1-hourly time frame, because on the 1-hourly time frames the candles are actually not as significant as, for example, on the 4-hourly time frame, and we have seen as well 3 touch points on top of this ascending support. So clearly, if we are seeing a breakdown occur below this ascending support, the 4,365 area is going to be reached. If you ask me, that would be my target if we are not able to hold strong on top of this ascending support. And if we head towards the 3 or 4-hourly time frame, you can clearly see that this ascending support is also aligned with the support of the EMA ribbon. Therefore, I think it is likely that if we break down below this, we are breaking as well down below the EMA ribbon, and we could see a minor decline in price action on XRP, on Ethereum getting created, heading towards that $4,365. Well, thank you very much everyone who watched this live stream. If you're enjoying the content, do not forget to give me a thumbs up down below. It will be highly appreciated. And if you are not following me on Twitter yet, do not forget that down below social and info in the description, you are able to select this link towards Twitter, and you will be as well able to follow me. So thank you very much for all of you. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you in the upcoming videos. So thank you very much to all of you once more, and I really hope you have a nice day. Bye bye.